let's warm up for Tai Chi walk first, okay? Tai Chi walk, actually, yeah, Tai Chi walk. Let's put in Tai Chi walk now, okay? Say going forward, good Tai Chi posture. Pivot out with your right heel, walk in that direction as you shift your weight, out on an L, open the knee around the crotch, shift your weight, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out as if you're walking in the zigzag direction, out on an L, parallel or on the line, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, shift your weight, L stance, open around the crotch, over the heel and down. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that zigzag direction, L stance, open the knees, round the crotch, over the heel and down. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, heel on an L, turn the hips and waist, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, shift your weight, hold your ball for better balance. L stance, turn the hips and waist, round out your crotch, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, ball for better balance, out on a heel, turn the hips and waist, third parting of the wild horse's mane. Half step forward, hold your ball, spin your ball, watch your right hand go up as your left foot rocks to its toe, up with your left foot, place it on its toe, form your bisecting of your shoulder through the top baby finger. Then drop your front foot and bring that right hand that's higher closer to your body as you bisect to your danten, parallel and higher. Getting you ready for today's lesson, lift up the front foot, multitask to brush your knee. 1, sit back, sit down, pivot, walk in that zigzag direction, ear, heel, hand as an L stance to a bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out and walk in that direction, shift weight, multitask as you round your crotch, brush your knee. Transition step, half step forward, sit back on the back foot, steer your wheel on the front, rock to the toe, set it on its heel, play your lute. Okay? Going back now, let's not waste our time. Turn and we'll go back, starting with Tai Chi walk. Hands at your waist, pivot out, walk in that zigzag, L stance, round the crotch, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag direction, out with your heel, round your crotch, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that direction, heel, round the crotch, flatten out, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that zigzag, heel out on an L, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Getting ready to hold your ball, sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, heel out, round the crotch, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that zigzag as you shift your weight, split your hands on a bow stance. Here it is. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, last one, hold your ball, heel out, round the crotch, part the wild horse's mane. Half step forward, hold your ball, spin your ball so that you're watching your right hand go up as your left foot is on its toe, lift it up, point it down, white crane spreads its wings. Okay, try it for size. Drop your front foot, bring that top hand closer as you bisect, swirl back, all together, lift up the front, brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, parallel higher on a T, Ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist. Brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, parallel higher. Ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist. Brush your knee. Half step forward. Steer that steering wheel in the front as you rock to your toe. Set it on its heel as you sit back on your back foot to play your lute. Okay, very good. Turn around. So that brought you back home approximately. Very good, very good. All right, let's go for the regular way now. Going to our left, okay? Starting with commencing form. Okay, good. People are knowing what to do. Okay, good Tai Chi posture going through your spine. Here we go, commencing form. Shift weight to the right. Heel comes up on your toe. Open, toe, arch, heel. Rotate your hands. Bring them up. Deep breath in. Reverse, relax. Make yourself small. T stance without raising your shoulder. Hold your ball. Part the wild horse's mane out into the side. Here it is. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, heel out, bow the leg. Second parting of the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, heel out, round the crotch. Final parting of the wild horse's mane. Half step forward, hold your ball, spin your ball, watch your right hand go up. As your left foot goes to its toe, lift up the left, point it out, stretch that knee. White crane spreads its wings. Drop your front foot, bring that top hand closer as you bisect. Swirl back with your left hand, look at the right, lift up the front, turn the hips and waist, hands go for the right, brush knee one. Sit back, sit down, pivot, shift weight, parallel higher, round the crotch, brush knee two. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that direction. Ear, heel, hand round the crotch, brush knee final. Half step forward, sit back on the back foot as you spin your steering wheel on its toe, set it down, play your lute. Okay, stay there. Anything hurting? The back, right foot should be aching. If it's not aching, perhaps you can go down a little lower or weight down a little lower. Okay, that's where you want to be. If you don't have that ache, you're a super person, or you need to be weight down a little bit. To get into repulsing of the monkey, which is a backwards Tai Chi walk, you're going to flatten your front foot. You're going to keep the left hand centered, and the right hand raises up back, higher, open both palms to the ceiling. You want that weight still on the back because we can only move the weightless foot, which is the front. You're going to lift up the weightless foot, drop it to its toe, and then its heel as you repulse the monkey. Okay? So we can go back to our places. So if anything that you should remember is, yes, all of what I said, of course. But the most important is that after you play your lute, the weight is all in the back. If the weight is partially in the back, you're going to do not justice to the next movement, which is a backwards Tai Chi walk. So in this position, we're like this. And we know that we're weighted because our knee is flexed. If it's not flexed and I'm straight up, more than likely there's at least 40% of my weight still in my insubstantial foot. They're both substantial. So we cannot do justice to a Tai Chi walk, whether it be back or front, but more so in the back because we're not accustomed to walking backwards. So we want to be safe. We want to bear that weight all in the back so that we can center and keep ourselves strong and safe and higher because there's a counterbalance. and then we're able to lift up and draw back. And then that axle spins. It actually helps me with my backwards walk because I turn on my axle, keeping my core strong, keeping my centering. And the reverse occurs because now I have a clearly insubstantial foot. Okay? So it looks kind of scary and hard, but it's actually, if you understand what we're doing, and you're not doing it for show, but you're doing it because your body says, I can do it because I'm safe and I know what I'm supposed to do to keep myself safe, then there's no problem, okay? To understand and feel how to weight down on your back foot, I'm going to play my lute. When we actually play our lute, can we do it with me? 2 feet are on 2 different lines on that block. We drag the right foot back and we 45-degree it. Okay, can you get yourself into that position, and then just kind of test it out so that you say, I'm not too close, I'm not too far apart, I'm just about what I can handle. Then you take your front foot and you put it on its first flat, put it on its toe, lift it up, put it on its heel. So let me say it again. Both feet are flat. You know that you can flex like I am flexing. You're going to sit back on your back foot, and you're going to rock your front foot to its toe and then set it on its heel. One more time. Sit back on the back foot, lift up, and put it on its heel. Okay, so that seems like it's doable. But when we have our lute, it's helping us this way, okay? It's helping us because the hand position, we're centered, and our hand positions are sort of mimicking our feet position, okay? So I'm going to turn this way, so there's no error there. You're going to come back, you're going to draw back and play your lute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax, come forward, sit back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit back. Now, weight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what are we doing this for? To learn to count? No, because I want you to build up that muscle strength in the back foot so that you can be ready for playing your lute and for repulsing of the monkey. So when you have some spare time and you know that you need to sit back a little bit more, try 5 reps of this. All right? Change foot. Okay? So we are now taking it out of context and we're flexing on our back left foot. Therefore, our right hand comes up, our left hand is short. Relax and down. Relax and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax and final. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So don't be confused. Playing the lute in the 24 was the first one, but to balance off grounding yourself and weighting on an equal right and left, we did 2, okay? Any questions on what I covered now? All right, going back to golden cockerel. There are many ways in which I can do this lesson, and I think we are now going to look at golden cockerel, okay? Good Tai Chi posture, go through your spine, create spirals, shifting weight, rotating on that spindle, centering and counterbalancing, all those things that you know about. set. Kicking out. Remember, gather energy, concentrate 2 inches below your navel to collect all that energy to center. Come up and tuck those elbows. Follow and counterbalance. Shift away, center. Spiral, semicircle. That's it. Holding our ball. Yang 24, concentrating on Tai Chi walk. Here we go. Out and to the side. Over the hill and down. Park the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, walk in that direction, heel out, bow the legs. Drop the elbow, drop the shoulders. Half step, spin, look, drop the shoulders. Bisect, swirl back. Lift up, drop shoulders. Bow the legs, drop shoulders. Drop shoulders. Half step. Spin, rock, drop shoulders. I'm not just saying it now. Make sure you are applying what I say. And to the point where you can say it to yourself because you understand what it means. 2, drop. There's a good example, but it's not only in this movement. Do not create tension. Lifting your shoulders. So everything we do is dropped. Let's go for the ride. Drop. Half step. Big drop. Not racing. And definitely drop. Center up, out, and drop. definitely drop. Hands go for the ride. And drop. Still drop. Still drop. Still drop. Continuously drop. There. Okay. So our commencing form, shift weight onto your toe, off the ground. Hands rotate, deep breath in as we elevate. Reverse, making yourself small. Shift your weight as you hold your ball. Part the wild horse's mane. 1. Sit back, out. Shift weight, part the wild horse's mane. 2. Sit back, sit down. Pivot out, hold your ball. Part the wild horse's mane. Final. Half step forward, hold your ball, spin your ball to the right as you bring up the right hand on the toe of your left, stretch it out. White crane spreads its wings. Drop your front foot as you bisect your body, swirl back to look at your right hand that's higher, lift up the front foot, hands go for the ride, brush knee 1. Sit back, sit down. Pivot out, multitask to brush knee 2. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, and brush knee. Final. Half step forward, steer that driving wheel to its toe, set it on its heel, play your lute. Drop your front foot, center your front hand, glance at the back hand, lift up, repulse of the monkey. 1, center higher, root down, repulse of the monkey. 2, center, glance higher, way into the back. 3, center, higher, glance, lift up, modify that foot, final repulsing of the monkey. Hold your ball on a T stance. We're going to grasp the bird's tail. First out on an L to ward off. Turn the hips and waist, keep your feet planted, flat. Look back, contact, turn, push out. Separate and roll back, come up, lunge forward, sit back, sit down, other side, T and ball, L, round the crotch, ward off, turn hips and waist, reposition as you look back, contact, turn, push out, separate, roll back, sit down, spiral up, then forward. Sit down, sit back, pivot, cup at 12 o'clock. 9 o'clock, 2 things happen. Flip the hands. T-step at 3 o'clock, hook. Out on an L stance, single whip. Sit back, sit down, pivot, cup, 3 o'clock. Cloud hands, 1 rotation. Use your hips and waist. Second rotation. 2 things happen at 9. Third rotation. 2 things happen at 9. 3 o'clock, hook the hand, T-step. out and to the side, second single whip. Half step forward, sit back on the back foot as you rock the front foot. Lift it up as you pat your horse on its mane. Cross at the wrist, step out with your left heel, palms down, gather energy. Where did you hear that? Up with your right foot, up with your right hand. Kick out, in, drop gently on an L stance on your heel as you look through your double punch, punching your opponent in his ears, at his ears. Sit back, sit down, open that fist, spin all the way around, left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, kick out in line, hook, down with your toe as you're a serpent, slithering through the grass and coming up as a golden cockerel. Down with your toe, spin, hook, serpent the other way, the hardest movement of all. Coming up again, golden cockerel on its right. Extend the knee as you hold your ball. You're a maiden using a shuttlecock to weave on her loom. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, ball, L stance, spin the ball, push that shuttlecock, place it there. Half step to the back, cross the hips and waist. You're going down to the bottom of the seat to find that needle. One hand comes up, joined by the second hand, then your foot, start in the middle, flash arms like a fan. We're going to rock, we're going to pivot, we're going to have a fist and a hand going down. We're going to spin out to deflect, bring it into parry, and then punch. Don't worry because we're ending touch. Sit back, roll back, spiral up, then out. Closing form. Apparently closing. Twist, open, in, embrace the tiger as we bring him up, closer to ourselves. Push him away one final time. Relax those shoulders as you flex your knees. Wrap around, heel up, off the ground, toe down, closing form.